here, level 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 8, 5, 16. So we'll probably have to teach the recipe to the carpenter here, but for, at the beginning, we'll probably have him, or whoever our beekeeper ends up being, getting some honeycombs first, which requires the beehive to be at level 5 of honey, which I was trying to harvest some honeycomb from the ones that we had in our colony. We've harvested them before, and there's not as many bees around. I think they're kind of, one of them stuck on the building. I think some of them they floated off in that because there's a bunch of empty hives, but there's not really much honey in them. But it requires both of those holes to be filled with honey. And it's kind of overflowing. That is honey level 5. It's much less if you just have the bottom hole, for example, filled. That's not going to cut it. So if you try to use your shears on it, you'll just break the hive. But with the level 5 one, which I was able to get some honeycomb going outside our colony a little bit and found one because I knew there was a beehive just behind the wall there, which I hadn't touched before. So that one was overflowing with honey. But if the beekeeper is asking for hives, but there are some nearby, make sure you set the hives for them to take care of with the hive tool. So that's the thing we'll keep in mind, just in case he can't find the hives that are there. We may have to craft another one, so in order to get this thing going, but I figure what we can do is at least get this built, and then I'll probably have to, presumably we'll have to see if we have to give him a honeycomb as well, or a beehive as well, like in the building process, because otherwise we'll have to go find another some more honeycombs there. So, but let's go ahead and let's craft this block. I have our crafting table down, and I think we're gonna put, I was counting out because we're gonna eventually put a street over here and move some stuff over, but if I count out 1, 2 for the sidewalk, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the road, 1, 2. Okay, so this will be the edge of the building can be right here. I think we'll have a road sidewalk kind of right behind our beach here, connecting with the road here, and have the other road kind of heading down this way as well too. So okay, let's go ahead, and I think I have some let's go ahead first and craft the beehive. So let's get the correct planks. And almost so many different types. Should be coming just up in a second. All right, so we have some spruce ones. Excellent. So we have that. First time we've crafted that, so. Well, hello everyone, welcome in, happy Wednesday. I hope everyone's been having a great week so far, and thank you so much for spending part of it here. Again, my name is Nerd Builder, and of course today we're back in our MineColonies world. Oh, hang on. Streamlabs had an update, and I think it might have, let's see if it messed up the, yep. Let's see, will that do it? It does. Yay. There we go. Sorry about that. But hey, John, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well there. And I hear some thunder. The storm started just seconds before I came live here. So let's go ahead and just jump right into bed now before anything gets struck by lightning there. So awesome. But again, welcome in, everyone. Very happy to have you all here this evening. So I haven't done a lot in this world since our stream on Monday. Essentially what I did was I had finished up the deconstructing of the other warehouse, which wasn't that much more. It took like about 5 more minutes. I know it was kind of dragging on at the end of last stream. So, and I got Maddox started because he happened in those couple minutes to, I believe, did he finish it? Yeah, so he's working on the next level right now. So Maddox is working away at that. I'm gonna go. Let's go get the. I'll go show actually, because I started the process of Emmy starting to gather some material. So it looks like we're the. Hang on, I'll pull over here. Oh, she's already made a bunch of progress on it. Excellent. So I made sure to leave a little bit of space here so we can have the second part of our sidewalk here, because again we could only fit one before, so we have a little bit more room here. This is okay already on this street. This, unfortunately, we do have a gap over here, and I think we may have to move the house over eventually, or make room for one of the couriers' huts there, because again, there were 2 couriers' huts that were right over here that obviously are not here anymore. We're going to have to rebuild them. I maybe thought about just keeping one over here, or we could move the house over and even put the other courier's hut on the side over here as well. So this is definitely a possibility over here. So yeah, so looking good there. I'm hoping, so this right now I have her upgrading this to level 5 now, so we should hopefully make a ton of progress on the stream today on it. You can see she's got 28%. There isn't really anything that I think that she shouldn't be able to get there, and they should be able to do this, I think, mostly automated at this point. So it's amazing how far along we've come, you know, now with not really needing to, like, to, like, really gather much material there. So good stuff there as well. New score 19-2. Oh, for Knight's Cove, 19-2 included a new score of 2 points and almost complete destruction of pirate ship offshore using the can't. Wow, congratulations! That's awesome, John. That's really awesome. There, like I said, you've been crushing it against the raiders that you've been having too. We've been lucky. We may have a raid this stream. I'm not sure. Yeah, we haven't had one in a couple days, so I guess we'll see at the end of this day if there is going to be a raid. Any of the new rebuilds done yet for your county? Have I started any new buildings? So yeah, the warehouse right now, so this is what we took down in our last live stream here, and this will be going back up. This will be at level 5 when this is all set, and we'll head down. I'll show the mine off very quickly to the new mine that we've been building. Again, right now it's in progress of being upgraded to level 3. So my goal before I move the miner over is to get it up to level... Oh, actually, we have to go down this way. Is to get it up to level 5 before we move the miner over. So the new miner has been working over here as far as I can tell, but I figure it's just easier to start over down this way, and you can kind of see, yeah, so they have it kind of built. We'll have to take this out too. I mean, you know, I tried to be a little bit more like conservative in my scheduling this week, because I figured this was going to take a little while to do, especially like the taking down, and especially with this area with like clearing some space out here. And yeah, we're probably not going to get to everything, so I'll probably push to our stream next week. Next week's schedule is going to be a little bit different, because again, if you're in the US, it's the Thanksgiving week, so I think that we might only have one live stream on Monday, I'm thinking. I'll keep you guys updated on that. We might do Sunday, Monday, or just Monday. I'm not sure yet here. So, but yeah, so if anything, we're going to push the guard tower construction, because we're going to put another guard tower in to the next stream. I'll probably have Maddox clear out some land here, and you know, I want the guard tower to kind of right abut the wall right here, so that way we kind of have a vantage point to stand and shoot at them if they try to come through here. Oh, vulnerability. We'll have to fix that, because they could, if they could do that. We must have took that wall out to get through here and then forgot to place it back in. Actually, should do that before we forget, because all it takes is one raid from the southeast, and again, if they can get through the wall there, they'll overwhelm this area, especially with the sides that they are now. It's, you know, it could be a little overwhelming there. Yeah, yes, it takes longer for the car engines to run up. You should shut it off, because in the earlier script, it looked like one of your colonists wanted to, I'll take it for a joyride. Yeah, they tend to like gravitate to, they tend to gravitate to the cars for some reason, and they just kind of stand there. We'll see if one of them gets stuck there. But yeah, they usually get stuck out in there. They look very, like, very sus, I would say. 703, wow. Actually, do we have stone? I think it's stone wall all around. Cobblestone wall. Alright, let's put a request in for it. We have to run back up anyways. But awesome. So we'll get them going on that. The other thing that we're going to work on we'll keep working on the roads a little bit more. And actually, I think I have to put in a request for some brick stairs. So we're going to touch this area up here, and we're going to lay down some more brick slabs going around. I think after the Thanksgiving week, I think we're going to start trying to maybe do these buildings over here. We have a couple areas left that we have to do, but I'm kind of procrastinating on them a little bit because I'm afraid that things aren't going to fit in very well because that's like kind of a smaller space. So we'll see. But let me put in a request for a stone wall. Let me see, where am I? Oh, you know why? Because it's stone. Yeah, stone brick wall. That's why. Alright, we'll just put in a request for 6 there. And brick stairs. So let's put in a request for 64 of those. We already have a bunch of stuff in here, so I'm gonna grab some of these out. Yeah, backpack still needs upgrades. Yeah, that's something we'll have to do. Eventually we'll get to it there. Too. How's the yard sale going? Yeah, right. We had a pretty productive sale over here. We actually didn't even, we could probably start taking these down actually, because, well, maybe not, depending what goes on with this warehouse when we do this one over, because I thought that we might have to utilize these when we with the moving of the other stuff, but it ended up all working out because, again, we're just storing all the extra stuff in the town hall in our personal storage area. And that, what's a colony's population at now? I think we're in the upper 70s. So we have some extra space, but I have Bert's for the time being turned off, just because like our library's kind of maxed out with people, and I don't want to have people unemployed. There. Actually, we're at 80 now. That's right. We crossed 80. We crossed 80 2 weeks ago. I was trying to think, because I'm like, I knew we were at 78, 79, somewhere around there, so we hit 80 there. But 10 happiness, very good. And, you know, looking good otherwise there. And the highest level, so we do have a couple level 5 buildings, too. So, there. We actually we actually have a bunch now, because the forester and also the warehouse there. And I don't think, did we make these level 5? Our sawmill and our... I can't remember if we made these level 5 or not. No, Mason. Nope, 4. So we still have to do some upgrades here. We have a lot of level 5 ones to still do. Yeah, 4. Yeah, so we have a handful. We had a handful of level 5 builds, but we got a lot more to go. There, we're doing it slowly but surely. This mine right here, and we'll have another mine down there. So, hey buddy, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. What do you think of my tram design for Create a Train? Oh, very cool on there too. It's a very cool thing. Like I said, I'm always happy to see like ideas like that or creations like that, because it inspires me too. Especially like, as we start coming in for our subway project, which I know I keep pushing it off, but it's just I want to be able to work on it in one shot instead of doing it little by little. So some of these moves and stuff like this, like the reason I keep pushing it off is I want to have, I think the subway system is going to run under, we're going to have it run underneath the roads here. So we can have like entrance points like over, like on the sides of the road, or to get down to the subway. So I'm trying to make sure that we can have the roads kind of placed where we want them to get placed. So the biggest wild cards right now are over in that direction there. And also these buildings over here to see like where we're going to be at. Because even with the like hospital, we'll have to figure out, because again, like this is just tough. Well, we do have this here. Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, there's not really much more room over here. Like we're kind of maxed out. And actually right here too. Oh, jeez. It's a good thing we requested the wall. We're gonna have to double check. There might be a few areas that were a little vulnerable too. Right there being one of them. There. once you get your PC back up, you got something up your sleeves. I can't wait to see it. Make sure to post some pictures over in our Discord, you know, of it too. There. Hopefully your PC's okay. I don't know if it's just a maintenance thing or if, some issue, but hopefully it's okay. There. All right, good. We got these. So I'll leave the asphalt in there for now, but I figure, oh, you know, I should have did some time at the XP farm for that. That's okay. We'll use our other shovel. Let's take the car. Again, 61% good. Oh. Got the entire army running drills right now. Okay. We'll go and we'll stop on over here. First, let's fix this up. Just to make sure we're safe from any attacks. There. You fall into a cave. Did you... Oh, fill in the cave under there. No, not yet. That'll be something coming up too. Actually, maybe we could take the rest of these. I don't know how... I'll check how deep the water is. We could take a look. We'll have 4. I might be able to just, like, fence off the inside of the cave. We'll have 4 once we place this one down. I think these are the only vulnerabilities, I hope, anyways. Here. I know why this was the way that it was, because I think what I was trying to come out here to... I forgot what I was trying to get. Well, still got in there. Well, they won't know how to do that, so they can't parkour like we can. So, 1-0 over the AI there. Okay. So, yeah, let's go down. I'll park here, or I'll park back at the house. And we could go fence that off. And actually, maybe we'll go work on the runway first. Work on the runway first, so something that we'll do... We're going to try to extend that runway out, and then we're going to do a test flight over there. And I think because, again, the iron farm probably could use some clearing out. So let me grab... Oh. They always just come running out. There. Yeah, a lot of dirt stacks. Yeah, I kind of... I mean, maybe in time we can do... we'll fill it in completely, but maybe now just to keep them from, like, getting stuck in there. The pirates and that. We'll just use this wall to kind of fence it off. Here, and that is this opening. Let me see, I think it's right... It's over there. Trying to remember exactly where it is. Actually, I might just jump in here. Alright. Yeah, you can see there are attempts in vain to get up. But yeah, we'll just try to... Let's see. Yeah, because this isn't that wide. Actually, probably could just... Let's see, let me take this. And like that. Okay. Yeah, they should not be... I don't believe they should be able to get in there. I mean, they can... Well, actually, they probably could get up this way, can't they? They can fence up, but that'll do for now. Just to keep them from out of there. There. Hey, Floppy, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Damon as well, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Alright, let's head on over. Now, we'll finish building up our runway on the other side here. And I think we'll try to do a test flight, too. to make sure we have the appropriate length in that. So I do have mending. I do have my plane wrench. I think I temporarily lost it, or like it was lost in the mess that was the backpack here. But yeah, I have mending on it, so because they're very expensive to make, even though we're okay now with diamonds and such. But the main purpose of this is just to conserve fireworks and our durability and our elytra. Actually, let me... Okay, good. Couldn't remember what it was at. Alright, probably should have brought some dirt to kind of fill in underneath. Maybe when we come back with the plane, I'll fill it in. Oop. There we go. Sorry about that, be a little bright in there. How many boxcars are you hoping for a mass storage? What do you mean, John? Boxcars. Nope. So hard to see with the sun in the way. Yeah, we'll fill this in underneath. Sorry about that. It's equally as like painful for me right now. If we can angle maybe this way. That's better. There too. You have a game suggestion you might like. It's called Floodland. It just came out yesterday and it looks good. You just bought it and gonna have a look. I'll have to take a look. I'm guessing it's on Steam. Then, thanks for the tip. Yeah, I'm always looking for new games. There, especially like city builder games. Maybe a little bit longer. So we do have our... I made it 4 back here just so we don't crash into the hillside, but usually when it gets through the second one, it slows it down, like it stops it completely. So normally we're pretty good. But yeah, let me bring this out a little bit more too. They released a hot fix today. Well, that's good. So they have like an active dev too. Is it? I'm guessing it's a city builder game, or some kind of survival. All right, sorry again. I'm thinking this might be long enough now. Yeah, I think we'd be good. There we go. I'll just extend it out a little bit more. I think I think that's good. Excuse me. No dirt on me. Okay. Okay. I think that's long enough there. Oh, it's set in the future after like a post-apocalypse in that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've been noticing a trend. I don't know if it's like an alarming trend that they've been having more like apocalypse or like, you know, post-human games, or like post-civilization, I should say, maybe more games coming out recently. Too. I don't know if that's like that must be like the in style one right now. One that's like pretty good. One that's pretty good is Project Zomboid. I haven't played it a lot. I have it in my Steam library, and it's actually fun. It's like a survival, like, you know, with the zombies and everything coming after you, and that it's pretty cool. There. Yeah, sounds like a fun time for sure. Okay. No, for sure. I mean, like I said, those games are very cool. I always think about if we're gonna take the. Actually, let me empty out our inventory where we're gonna take the cargo plane over. I'm gonna throw these in here. For now, and actually, let's go grab some dirt from the warehouse. We'll grab like 2 stacks. There. Food. It's set on an island and in swamps, and the world is like flooded. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a like you know, a post climate change or post global warming world where that kind of like makes. I'm guessing like that's kind of the theme that it makes it. The world is like mostly uninhabitable except for some areas like the ocean levels are higher. And that sounds very cool. Nice. The composters have been doing an amazing job because that is a good amount of dirt. We were at 3K like a couple weeks ago. We're getting a good supply. Okay, good, they got stuff. So we could probably grab some wool or even bring some seeds over here. So, yeah, they got some wool. There. When I read the Steam page, it'll all make sense. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll have to check it out later on after the stream. So, okay, so let's jump into the. We'll take the cargo plane. All right, let's see. It's burning fuel. All right, so we'll take off. This thing is a lot bigger. I noticed it doesn't really. I thought it was going to need more runway length, but it really doesn't. Oh, going sideways. There we go. A little bit of damage from that. Let's see. There we go. All right. That's perfect, and actually stopped just before we actually came in. This is good. That means that the runway is like way more than long enough because we came in a little high there, but that's perfect. So that right there is a this works out perfect. Here, do you have a Discord? Yep. If you do, it should work. I'm hoping Streamlabs is cooperating. If you do ! Discord there, it's also pinned at the top of the chat as well. There's a link there. Our Discord's open to everyone there, so feel free to hop on over there. All right, we'll fill this in to the extent that we can. If anything, I'll just bring more dirt back. Been a while since I actually went flying on here. We haven't really needed it too much. I haven't really left the colony. And there's some under here too. Maybe we'll make it look like supports or something. So we can fully fill this in there. Since the colonists don't use the create trains, you could set it up for you in freight. Yeah, it's definitely a good idea too to get a train going. We do have a kind of a direct path coming in. You know, now that we have that bridge up, that kind of opens up a lot over here. Where like technically we could extend the roadway like all the way like down here if we wanted to. And then I think that could be a project down the road. I'd probably want to. The one thing I want to look to do like sooner rather than later is probably use the create mod to make like an auto cobblestone generator. just to make sure we have enough cobblestone, because again, we go through it so much, and our mines are coming back with obviously a lot more deep slate than cobblestone, especially when they start digging down. Okay. Not bad. Alright, so let's empty this out really quick. Here. Yeah, City Skylines is a classic, absolutely. I always like SimCity a lot. Like SimCity 4, I remember like growing up with it, and you know, I love that game. And I actually have it on here, but yeah, City Skylines is definitely, it's like a step up from that. Like it really improves upon. It really improves. I think we got everything there. Okay, yeah, it really improves upon SimCity there. They're gonna build a control tower also. Yeah, we could put one in over here. I know we'll probably use like a guard tower or something by our let's see, we'll go out to sea. You know what we need to do? Wait, like, we really need probably go down a little bit. There's that boat from when we crashed the plane into the ocean. Where's the runway? Coming in hot. Wow, it didn't do any damage. See, that's why we do the soul sand, because even then, it was hard to see. Like, I was getting, like, the glare off the... I was getting the glare there. But yeah, looking good. And like I said, the good thing is because we have our truck right over here, we could even leave the truck in the, Actually, I'll give the poppies to the warehouse right away. Maybe we can have the truck right there, so when we have like a more full load of iron coming back from there, we'll be all good. Look at that, while we have the plane still running. There are visitors on our runway. Watch out. There we go. Usually need to do speed about around 50 something knots we need. Or kilometers. I need like the runway lights. The good thing for that soul sand, does a little bit of damage to the plane, but not bad. I need like the guiding. We're gonna have to put those in, and I figured like what we could do is maybe do like a series of like torches and redstone lights. Like we'll do like a regular torch down the middle, and then we'll do like some redstone torches, like kind of like how they have them like at airports. And I think we'll use like copper as like kind of the base or the support for it. There, so we should probably have that like going out a little ways to help direct in, and then like we'll, you know, maybe make it a little bit larger as you're further out, but then it's like, you know, you need to be like, we'll try to figure out like, you know, and like have it at certain points where it's just like, okay, like, you know, it starts getting smaller, that means we need to get lower and lower at that point, because it came in kind of hot there. And that, but yeah, this is very good. This is this is good that we kind of have this area open over here now. Here, even with this dead village right here, then we'll have to repopulate this here too. Yeah, the lost boat out there. Yeah, boats have been chilling out there too. And that, but the welcome to the big screen at the GameSync LAN Center. Well, hello everyone, welcome in. Hope everyone's doing well there at the GameSync Center. There. All right, to the engine stop. All right, a little bit of definitely what you want to see when your plane's taking off, a little bit of smoke. All right, let's throttle this baby up 100%. And let's see, we're definitely hitting it. And the good thing is because we can kind of come out a little, like straight to, and it's like fine. That way we can pick up some speed. Yeah, this is where this would come in handy with the runway lights. Oh, actually, it's a board. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did we save it? Wow. That was a close one. My finger slipped off the... I was trying to throttle up very quickly there. Yeah, let's go around. This plane's a little bit heavier too, so we came close to stalling. Luckily, we had some good height there. This moves a lot slower too, so it doesn't pick up as much speed there. We may want a gas station here at the iron farm for refueling the aircrafts. Yeah, we may put one in eventually. I think like what we'll do is we'll let's see, can we slow down enough? There we go. Look at that. Stay out of my nerd air. Yeah, we started an airline now. Very low reliability, but it's fine. There, got a little bit of smoke coming out here, but there we go. That was a much better one right there. And hey, Ben, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, too. Yeah, all the mods, too. I think we went up on the... I was gonna... Oop. Let's see, will this still... It says ready, so... Alright. We got our runway out there, too. And let's fix this up. Very quickly. Yeah, every city needs a budget airline. Absolutely. There. This town just got the short end of the stick, unfortunately. But hey, we haven't had a crash, even though we had a near stall. We haven't had a crash in... There we go. We haven't had a crash in a couple weeks, so... I don't want to brag too much about our safety record, but... Looking pretty good. There. Yeah, I'd definitely be interested in all the mods point. I'd definitely be interested in eventually doing like an all the mods one. I think that would be cool. To do like a, do like a small series on that. I've done it like once before. Oh, nice. Maddox is almost done. There, so we'll get him working on the next level. And the other thing too, just waiting for this to finish filling up. Okay, so let me actually, you know what, let's take the truck because we have some iron in there so we can offload that. Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks since the last accident. You need a sign like, yeah, like the I was thinking of it from like The Office, how they have the sign down there, and then like when Michael goes down into the warehouse and he's like breaking everything, and it's like they're wiping away the thing. We get like up to like one day crash, and it's like, oh man, gotta restart. That's funny. Oh, it'd be very helpful, wouldn't it, if I unloaded the truck first? Alright, let's try that again. Alright, we just got out of the truck, grabbing the iron out, and then we'll head down here. Alright, definitely didn't do this already. Alright, so we almost got a fourth full double chest, I'm pretty sure. I think these ones should be all filled up. Yep. Okay, so emptied that out. There, the other thing... Let's see, where did I put it? We had a bunch of... Here it is. Canola. So I'm actually going to grab the rest of this out. There. And we're going to take this over, because we're going to check on our fuel producing area, too. Because whenever we take the plane out, even though we should have enough fuel, but just to clear some stuff out of there, we do need to automate it a little bit. What did I decide on the other game? So the poll's still up. I don't know if it has like an ending date, but it's overwhelmingly been yes, that people would like to see a second game on there. I think like right now it's like, I think we got about 18, oh, further down. I think we got about 18 votes, 18 or 20 votes, and I think it's about, it's either it was like, I think 2 people voted no, and then the rest all voted yes. So there does appear to be some interest in maybe doing like a second game on the channel. So it's definitely something that I'm thinking about here, and I'm weighing which games we should. Let's put the canola in here. Which games we should use. Oh, that's still pretty full. Okay, that's good. All right, let me throw the charcoal in there. Actually, let's take this canola cake out. I actually just don't have much of a use for them. And I know you can use it to breed with cows and everything, but... Nope, Maddox finished that. Perfect, like right on cue. Alright, so keep the charcoal up here. Too. The truck needs a paint job, new skin. Yeah, something other than like a black one. Because we could always make another truck too. There, one with like black, because again we'll need some concrete for it too. Do they still make Civilization? You loved that as a kid. I love the Civilization games, and actually, you know, before, like, that was something like I was happy because, like, you know, through school and that, like, I had a Mac instead of a PC, and obviously Macs are not as good for like gaming and that type thing, but like I needed it for like a lot of the. I like for the features and that, like, and I like the functionality of it for like school purposes. And Civilization 5 was one of the ones that like they had on their app store, so I got it, and like I actually still have it, and I do play sometimes when I'm bored. I love the Civilization games. I never really got into Civ 6 too much. I think like I just never sat down to really learn like how it's different. But I love the Civilization. Like I said, like Civ 5, because I know that came out like way back in like 2011 and that, and I have been just like such a huge fan like of it and that too. I've taken over, I think the most before I kind of got bored, like I should have finished it, but I never did. So there was one, hang on one sec. I started, I think it was South Korea. Like it had me start on like that little plateau, there, and I managed to take over because I had the British and China like as my neighbors, and I always remember this because like I barely had an army. And that, like, we were just, like, kind of a weaker one. It was, like, one of the first times I played. But I was able to not only fend both of them off, but then counterattack both of them, and I ended up taking both of them over. And I ended up stretching all the way, like, across Asia, through Europe, and then into, like, South America. And then, like, I meant to work my way up, and then, like, I don't know what happened. If I stopped playing for some reason there, so almost had complete world domination there. But it was that was a cool thing like I said, that was like a big I was very happy with that world. I put a lot of time into that one. And then obviously at the end, like I started, you know, budget shortfalls in that, because again, like having so many cities and tiles for upkeep in that too. Can we compost the canola cake? No, I think we'd have to add it into the config, but unfortunately, like as it is right now, it doesn't recognize it as a compostable item. There, I'd have to mess around with like the config for it. There. So I'll have to figure that out, because the only thing I've messed around with on the config has been the population size of the colony. So unfortunately, we'll just destroy this, but I've been meaning to just get rid of these here. Civilization 1 was mind-blowing when it came out. Yeah, right. I mean, you look at some of those games, like how far we've come, and that, like, since like that point, and that it's like amazing, not even for like just graphics quality, but like how big like worlds can be, and that, like, you know, when you have open world stuff, like it's amazing. I look at, like, for me, like the biggest, I think one of the biggest ones for like kind of demonstrating that is like AC Valhalla. Just like how large that map is, it's like insane how big that map is. And you know, it's just amazing because again, like that, you know, we have like PCs and game consoles and that now that can render it there. So too, and that used to play I love Railroad Tycoon 3. Wow, you guys are taking me back right now. I love Railroad Tycoon 3. I actually, that's another game that I have on Steam, but I think like I need to fix it, because like I had it working at one point. Just checking out here. Okay. I had it working at one point, but obviously the game is so old that it kind of requires like a does this need repair? Oh yeah, this does. Okay, I got some iron. But yeah, I loved Railroad Tycoon 3. That was like another favorite of mine. To SimCity, Railroad Tycoon 3. Sorry, heard something like go boom. I don't know what that. Oh, left 2 canola cake. Actually, let's head up. We're going to repair it. Too, but I love Railroad Tycoon. Too. Can canola cake be used as fuel? I don't believe so, because I think like it has to be like that mixture of the way. I think that's just the way that package, it has to be that specific mixture too. Yeah, SimCity 4 was another one of my favorites too. Like I came in because, you know, again, like I remember we got a gaming, or we got a PC, not a gaming PC. We got a PC. I remember, I think it was around like 2000 or 2001 that, like, you know, we got our first like PC at home. That was like, I remember, because like initially we had like some kind of like some mini computer that you plugged into the TV, and that like a very low tech, you know, thing at the time. Obviously that was like a really cool thing, but then we got like a Dell. And I remember, because like SimCity 4 was one of the first ones I played on it, because I mean the SimCity 2000, like it was a little bit beyond that point. I think SimCity 4 had just come out as well there too. And yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, I love the entire series there. I remember I saw a meme of someone saying like, you know, like you didn't live unless you were like, you know, like when you were playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, if you weren't drowning your guest. And that, like, obviously a joke, but I think we've all been there if you had an uncooperative visitor there. But yeah, no, I love I love those series too, the Roller Coaster Tycoon series too. Here too. Yeah, you forgot Roller Coaster Tycoon series 1 to 3. Yeah, those were the days. That one, I would say, you know, I guess like the next closest one, like the modern day version, would be like Planet Coaster, which is pretty fun. Like the Roller Coaster Tycoon series. I think that would be pretty comparable there, but I think like I have nostalgia. Like obviously the games now are like out of this world, but I have nostalgia obviously for, you know, games from like the 2000s and that, like, it's just it's hard not to if you grew up at, you know, in that time. I think we need 6. I made 7 by mistake. I need a wrench. Screwdriver. And a hammer. Alright, I'll throw this in here. Okay. Yeah, crazy progression is OG Wolfenstein, all this, something like COD have come a long way. Yeah, even look at, you look at like COD in that too. You know, games from like, if you compare them to like back then and that, like how far they've come. I would say like another one of those is also The Sims too. Even though I would argue, I don't know if anyone here like played The Sims at any point. Like I think most people probably have at some point, but you know, I played The Sims 4 like a little bit in that, but it was not as good as The Sims 3. Not even, I don't even think it was close, to be honest, because like when they took the open world away, which it just kind of takes like an element of realism, because it's like you're going between loading screens and that. Like I prefer to have like a big open world, and that obviously EA was probably that, you know, they wanted to get The Sims 4 out there as soon as they could. There we go. Okay, let me throw this up, and I guess let's just throw the canola. Let's do the non-environmentally friendly thing. Here. Luckily it's biodegradable, so leave it there, too. You're old, your first computer. Yeah, shame there wasn't a 4th one. No, absolutely. It really is, you know, a tough one there. You're old, your first computer had 2 megabytes of RAM and a 5-inch floppy. I remember the floppy disks. I remember those like way back when, like, I forgot what we were doing at the one time. I think we were trying to make like a backup of the PC or something like that, and like we had to use the floppy disk, and it's like, you know, each one had like how many megabytes on it, and you had to like, you know, you had to like switch them out. Like you put one in and it's like a, you know, a couple minutes later it's like full, and then you have to take that one out, put the next one in. They always say, and I always get a laugh out of that, about like, you know, kids nowadays will not appreciate like when you got the games and then there's like 3 CDs like in the container, or 4 CDs for like some of the bigger games, and that to like install it, and that always cracks me up when I see that meme there. Planet Coaster feels like the 4th one we deserved. Yeah, I would say so, because it definitely takes like that next. It definitely takes that next step. Like the one thing that, not only with Planet Coaster but Planet Zoo, because I like both of them, the one thing is I hate the pathing. The pathing is terrible, and then it is so hard to like maneuver the path around. But yeah, it's definitely, you know, that at least that it kind of fills the void a little bit, because obviously, you know, they're probably not going to make another Roller Coaster Tycoon, unfortunately. So Planet Coaster, you know, at least fills that gap there. So it definitely does feel next gen in that there. But yeah, I completely agree though that nothing beats the classics, and that like I completely agree. Like it's tough because there's a lot of cool games now, but like I look at the ones like, you know, growing up in that. Even like one of the examples I always say too is I used to play, I like tycoon games like even as a kid, and one of the ones I liked was Ski Resort Tycoon. It was like a very small, like I don't know how much it sold. Like it was definitely like it was made by like a, you know, a nobody type development team, and like it was buggy. It was really buggy, like the game. Like a lot of stuff, like some stuff didn't work. I shouldn't say a lot. Some stuff didn't work, and like, you know, just kind of like it was a little clunky in that, but it was fun, and like it was something a little bit different. You know, like we haven't had really like another ski resort game like that come out, so it was one of those though. It was just like it was a lot of fun, like clunky, but at the same time, like it didn't have to work perfect, and I felt like even at the time, like, you know, when it wasn't perfect, like it didn't matter, but it just feels like now it's like a little bit more noticeable if there's something off. I think because I don't know if it was just one of those, like, again, nostalgia, or if it's just like the glitches weren't as like annoying, you know, at the time, where it's like you would just kind of shrug because you're just like, this is amazing. The other thing that always cracks me up too is I saw a meme of like Madden from like 2003, and they're just like, you know, if you think about it, people at the time when they're just like, oh my god, look at these graphics, and it's like the most blurry thing you've ever seen. Like seeing that always cracks me up too, because I remember oh, it's not right. Gotta push this back a little bit more. This one has two. That's why. Okay, here we go. There too, but yeah, Age of Empires is another great game. Yes. That one, I think that's actually on Game Pass too. I think Age of Empires is on Game. I think it's on there because I think I saw it on there. Like I saw Myst on there too. Like they obviously have some of the like the older ones, but like, you know, they're classics. Oh. So we're gonna work on we'll do some of the sidewalks and that around the colony. So I think we'll try to get the second set of stairs and just widen this out a little bit here. So we'll just be doing that and probably putting in some more paths and that around, working on the sidewalks a little bit. Too. Just as a you know, what we're doing type thing there. I feel like we don't get games like that anymore, except maybe Rust. Unfortunately, a lot of them, there's a lot of great ones out there, but I think at the same time, some of the paywalls and that for them is, whoa, that was almost really bad. Some of the paywalls, like, just it's kind of ridiculous. Like I look at it like, so there's a difference. Like where I don't mind paying for, I'll give an example. Like where I don't mind paying for the DLCs and also paying for, like, you know, because you're paying for like additional content and that, but like they still give enough content. I feel like American Truck Simulator or Euro Truck is like an example of that there's so much content within the game, but it's like they're adding more. But I don't mind paying for it because they're not charging that much, and like they add a lot for that money. Like the maps that they come up with are, you know, like they're very well done too. So like I really think that like American Truck Sim, Euro Truck are like more like some of the most complete games out there, just because like just the way that they like are there. But then the other one that drives me nuts is like The Sims is just like an example of that, with like how they have like 1,000 DLCs, and then they're just adding a few things. You know, I remember when they were talking about in The Sims 4 where they didn't have, I think they didn't have babies in there, and they put that into like an expansion pack, and they're just like, you can't, like, you know, even for babies or throwing them into the, you know, you have to like a paywall to get there. So it's stuff like that. Like I feel like obviously a lot of us who grew up with it, like we didn't really have that. Like you bought the base game and that was pretty much it. And that's something that's like a little bit of an adjustment. But I just, and some of the stuff, like, you know, where they do like the virtual currency stuff and that, like, I fail to see how you can force someone to pay for the base game and then like you're charging them like all this other stuff, like all these add-ons and everything. Like it just kind of feels like a ripoff there too. Yeah, Locomotion, that was another really good game too. Man, a lot of nostalgia right now, I'm telling you, like that's I'm missing so many of these. games, and that it makes me want to figure out how to like fix that, like with the backwards compatibility with like Railroad Tycoon and that, and play that after the stream. There. And that's not to say though that there's not like a lot of cool you know, games out there now. There's a lot of cool games. I think it's just the nostalgia factor behind it just makes it like a whole nother level there too. But you know, I can't imagine like you know, like it, I think it gives me more of a perspective, and that's why I'm not always like all the time like, if a game has something that's like slightly wrong with it or something, like I think kind of have like, I don't think, probably not to sound old, but like I don't think that like, you know, people who grew up with like what the technology that we have now, that like you know, like you kind of don't appreciate it because you expect perfection, and that versus like at the time, like it was just a thrill to like, you know, be able to like play on the computer and like have a to play on the computer, and like it mostly worked and everything, and it was something completely different. And that's, I'm kind of like, I'm thankful for that. That's why I think like, you know, I know a lot of people do that they look back on them nostalgically, and you know, I do the same. I think just because, you know, it was such a cool thing there. And that for new tiles to try on Steam, what about Planet Coaster on Steam? Yeah, we were talking about that a little earlier too. I do have Planet Coaster. There's a few that I have. So I have Planet Zoo as well, because I used to like the Zoo Tycoon games as well. So like Planet Zoo obviously kind of takes it to another level there. But Planet Coaster is a cool game too. We've been meaning to do this for a while, putting this staircase in. Okay, so I think... yeah, let me take this out here. Yeah, maybe we'll just have it go down this way, like this. Cool. I have like an opening over here that we could just kind of, it's like connect through for a path. And that little logistics can kind of pull it up in Minecraft. The cool thing, the thing I like about Minecraft a lot is like, you know, in all honesty, like I get a little bored in like survival worlds. Like I've done it, and it's like after you get to a certain point, because it's like if you can't think of, if you run out of ideas for builds or that, like, you know, it's like you kind of want to like start over. And I kind of like, you know, for MineColonies, because it gives an objective that like, you know, we're building a town, but it's like, you know, it's not like it's like an empty or abandoned town. Like, you know, there's NPCs running around everywhere, and, you know, it's just cool. Like, I feel like we're working towards something. I always like working towards something in games too. So like, I do appreciate sandbox games, but like I find that sometimes I lose focus after a while when it's just like it's too open-ended. All right, so we'll connect this through. You know, I kind of had the idea to just like kind of run this through our tree farm. Here. You had the full box set for Zoo Tycoon. Yes, I remember I had the dinosaurs, I had the aquatic ones, and then I had the, like, obviously the base game, and then the dinosaur ones, and that was like the coolest thing there. Because I remember it was like one of those things that, like, you know, you could build the park big enough that like they never made it to the back of the park type thing. Like, even though, I mean, like, the map was nowhere near as big as like Planet Zoo is, but it was still a cool thing because, like, you know, you could really build it up. Like, I feel Planet Zoo gives you a lot more, like, over, like, design aspects of exhibits, like, whereas, like, the other one was just kind of, like, you put fences up, and that was kind of, like, the whole thing there. It felt very blocky, and that. But even, like, Planet Zoo, because, like, you know, like they're constantly putting out like DLCs and that, but I think it'd be kind of cool because we really don't have like an aquatic, at least that I know of. I know we should be like SeaWorld Tycoon, but like we don't really have like an aquatic game, you know, that has like belugas and killer whales and like all the, like, you know, like a lot of the sea life. Like obviously to an extent Planet Zoo has some, but it's not like a lot of them. Alright, let's take and flatten this out over here. I'm not sure what we'll do with this over here, but maybe let's put trees in or something right here. I got the partial railing. Cool. Awesome. Okay, that's looking good. There, got a bunch more dirt too. I've been meaning to do this for a while. So good. So the other, let me check, because I know we made some progress. Did we finish up to the extent that we could up here? Let's just do a check-in on them. We should stop by Emmy's just to see if there's anything that she needs. Oh, she's just waiting on those. Did they have enough dye rate? Hopefully they have enough. Oh, over here I should get some... Or I should get the asphalt tiles. And there. Yeah, so many cool older games. Like I said, thank you for that chat. It's like nice to go down the nostalgia way and think about, like, you know, all those cool ones. I leave a stack with us for now. Alright, let me grab these out. We're really gonna have to see in this area because, again, well, we might have to take down like all 4 of these at the same time because I'm not sure how big the next restaurant design is going to be, and like we could build another block and test it out, but the reason I'm not is just because it'll get kind of like it'll be hard to tell or get a proper gauge on it. So I figure we'll just take them down. But I figure with the house, we'll have to see is you might have to extend the coast out a little bit. That's why I figure like we'll kind of maybe take down the tavern, take down everything in this area, and then just like kind of fit the pieces in from there. I have a feeling we might have to move some of the houses too. Okay, good. So this goes all the way down here. Also have to push it back here too. But good. So, yeah, that's kind of the thing. Also, this is kind of like a weird... You know what? Let's take this. I've been meaning to do this for a while, too. Because it's kind of like this is like a weird intersection, just the way this lines up. We're actually just going to take that tree out. I think we have to leave this, so this kind of has to stay a little lopsided, but... Traincraft is okay, you don't know if the colonists can use the trains. Yeah, I wonder if it would be one of those things, like if you had to go into the config file to kind of, like, edit it. I wonder if we should redo the trees over here now. I've been meaning to do this. This way this makes a little bit more sense. too. Here, I think, than like the way that it was, so that way it's like you can just kind of go up that way. There, but good. The other thing, so we'll head on over here. Oh, it's still in 117, okay. Yeah, that would be a problem. There, at least for this world, because again, like we're in 119.2 now. I'm at the watch the durability on the shovel so we don't take it. Let's keep this streak going. This is another one. This street's a little bit more set over here, so because these houses are already in. These houses are so much longer than the other ones, so that's why, like, I think we might have to actually put another house in, like, over there, or maybe down that way, too. Because, yeah, we have the starting of another street. Down here, you can see with, like, the courier's hut, so this is kind of the... this will be where the street is, so, like, heading down this way is where I was, like, marking that before, but... Yeah, so that we'll be filling this in shortly, too, and then I figure... You know, maybe we could just put trees or something down here, like on the back of these buildings, and that there. You were thinking of going out and making a companion mod that would allow colonists to build and operate, create trains with special blocks. That would be cool. There, because I feel like that would be an efficient way for for them to move cargo, like to move stuff around. It's one of the things I really appreciate about, like, the Minecraft community is just the dedication of people to make, like, these mods. Like, they make these amazing mods, and they make them for free. Shaders and that, and, like, all the, you know, all this good stuff, and it's just, like, it's amazing. You know, it's amazing the community support that this game has around it. There, and like how much potential there is. Like, it's just so cool. This really doesn't go anywhere down here. All right. I'm always amazed. I'm always amazed there with it. But you don't know where to start. I had no help with explanations to start. I get that. Like, I honestly wouldn't even know where to start with, like, you know, making any type of mod or that. I mean, presumably, like, you'd have to be able to program or something, I'm guessing. And like, I have no knowledge of it. I think it'd be something cool to learn there, but. I guess I don't know if I don't know if I could ever do that. Oop. Okay. Probably should have kept some of that dirt. Fill this in a little bit. At least there's not enough room for stuff to spawn down here. And then, yeah, Java and Forge. And I wonder too, because I've heard in the past, like, I don't know if they'd ever do it, but I think, like, if they ever got rid of Minecraft Java, because I've heard in the past that they were thinking about, like, merging Bedrock in that. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard that before. I don't know how I'd feel about that, because if I started out anyways playing on Bedrock, you know, like when I just played, you know, like on my Mac, or like, you know, on my phone, I played a little bit like on the, you know, the mobile game, and that like years ago. And you know, I don't know how I would feel about that going back, because I think Java, like in my opinion, is so much better than Bedrock, just with like all the, you know, the mods and everything. I think it's very cool. And you can even add in with like the shaders and everything else, because I know Bedrock has like RTX and that. Good, I think this is like a good height there too. And that, and how to merge 3 mods for a 4th. Yeah, I was gonna say like I wouldn't even know, you know, like how that's done in that either. There too. Hey, please don't talk. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. There, welcome. There. Yeah, Bedrock is too simple. Yeah, for like mods and that. Yeah. I agree. Like I said, like I just like the customability that we have with Java. Again, we could do so much. With it, so you know, like with the Bedrock, like you can't, it doesn't feel like you can really do that much with it outside of the you know, just playing like vanilla. And then unfortunately, yeah, can't get create on Bedrock, or yeah, or MineColonies for that example. Yeah, because even I've heard a lot of people say that they like paper, you know, over like Forge and that. But again, like, just because, like, you know, MineColonies is on Forge, so I don't really have any experience with paper. The one thing that I wish, because you can probably see a lot of times with my time lapses, sometimes it looks a little weird, and that's because, unfortunately, there's no replay mod anymore for Forged. Apparently there was one, because you know, if you started in this early on in the series, like I never did time lapses, I always cut out and come back in and show, like, I showed the finished build and that. But the thing is, because like when I was looking at ways, and then like I've heard of the replay mod before, but I never really did anything with it. And I saw that there was one in like 1.17 for like a replay mod for Forge, but unfortunately it's like mostly a paper one, because like with the replay mod, like you can kind of like, I think the time lapses would be a lot more dynamic and that, but it's just like an unfortunate like thing that I'm kind of stuck, because like there is no Forge equivalent as far as I know right now. Like I don't know if anyone knows of one. If you do, you know, like please let me know, or DM me on the Discord, because I would definitely be interested in that. Because I mean, it's okay the way it does now, but like obviously, like I think for production purposes it would look a lot better using like a professional one, instead of me just like kind of doing it, you know, with me kind of standing up like on a pillar looking down at the build and that. Too. Yeah, I can't do complicated mods on Fabric easily either. It does seem like Forge has a lot more, it's like a lot more mods. And then like the complex ones in it. I mean, I guess it's got to say something that they, you know, at the end of the day, like, you know, a lot of the big ones still are using like Forge as like their base for it, so. Too, and like I said, I mean, like even if MineColonies switched over, which I mean, I don't think that they're ever going to have like I don't know if they're ever going to have compatibility with it, but you know, I'm happy with like Forge. I think it works. Everything works well. My one thing on Minecraft, I've talked about this a lot, because, you know, it's not always about like, you know, like frames per second and like graphics and that, but I kind of wish, like, in certain situations, like, for example, like in the colony, you can kind of see sometimes, like, it stutters a little bit, and that's even with, like, you know, I have, like, an i9-12900K, so, like, again, a beefy CPU. It still kind of buffers, or kind of at points, and it's just because, like, there's so much to render in this area, and it doesn't really multi-thread well. Like, it uses more than one, but, like, it doesn't really multi-thread well. I wish they kind of gave... Because I understand why they make it the way they do, because that way, like, the game can pretty much run on any PC without issue. Like, even a you know, you have a lower end potato, like, it still works out. But like, you know, it could still function on there. So again, like, I get it from a Minecraft, like the dev team perspective of it, but I kind of wish that they had the option for people who like maybe had like a little bit of beefier equipment, that they I kind of wish that they would have it where it's like you could, you know, make more use out of, oh, summertime. What that means when we start getting hot. There, because again, like right now I have this broken up, like, you know, I have a server just like on my computer that I use, and then I have to like log in that just to like try to help out with the frame rate. It's like a very basic attempt to like, you know, use like multiple cores or threads there. All right, we'll have to request more asphalt. I'll have to be careful not to break this shovel either. And that there's a texture pack I'd use while on a server. If you set one up, that would make it look like a cottage core. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm always happy to see the different types of shaders. I do like the ones that we have a lot, the Silder shaders. Like I haven't looked back from them, but I'd definitely be open to like trying, you know, a different type of shader too. They're not the most efficient like shaders, like, but we do okay. I mean, really, like when I'm talking about the lag, like it's just when we're in the colony. Like as soon as we exit the colony, the frame rate jumps up dramatically. Like I could be at like, you know, 40s, 50s, 60s in the colony, and then when I'm like, you know, like by our iron farmer, that all of a sudden it shoots up to 80, 90, 100 with everything running. So, you know, it's just one of those things that, again, like if it could better utilize multi-core threading, like it would help a lot, because that way, like, you know, we'd still be getting, because my goal is to like, obviously get at least like 60 frames on it, because again, like that's what I record at, that's what I stream at, so I'm not always hitting 60, unfortunately. Streamlabs obviously plays a part in that, because it's that's intensive. All right, actually we can't use this shovel anymore for now. On there. Hey John S, welcome in. Why not just repair it now? I mean, we could go over to our XP farm there. Too. But I tend to do that off stream. Just cause, like, you know, it's a lot of waiting. And that, so at least that we're doing something like on stream. That's what I try to focus it at there. I meant to do it. I kind of, yeah, I've been busy the last couple of days, but I meant to repair them because I know we were doing a lot of digging the last time. I just slipped my mind. Right, I think we should be able to get this mostly down, because I think we have this area dug out. This one. And also the unfortunate thing, because even I'm not sure, like when I leave the colony, because I feel like things are not getting done. Even so, like our mob farm is right over there, so I can still see a decent size of the colony like out there, but I'm not sure that things actually get done. You know, like when I'm not inside the colony, because I see them moving around, but it doesn't look like things are getting built or like things are getting done while I'm outside of it. So that's the other thing. So I kind of like, I do it at a time when we're not like building or upgrading there, so they can kind of focus on that. All right, so at least up to here. Oh, actually that's, wow, okay, that's perfect. So we see more asphalt done. Got a lot of those dirt blocks, and we still got a good amount of brick slabs left. Yeah, quite a calm stream. No, absolutely. Like I try to make them chill. I've seen other YouTubers, I always laugh at it, like they refer to it as like the whoa wow, like if you're kind of, you know, like a lot of like, and this happened type thing, or like me getting very excited. So I try to keep it more calm. This stream. Oh, this side's just elevated. I was like, uh-oh, did I make a mistake? Oh, cow fell in there. Okay, I'll have to put the request in for more asphalt because we use that all up there. Could always set the colony to loaded chunks there. So I have the chunk loader mod there. We have a few things that are kept. So on the other side of the colony over there, it's underneath one of the streets now. I have one that's set over there because, like, I feel like the colony's getting big enough that, like, sometimes things are not moving on the other side of the colony, like, while I'm on this side of the colony, like, over by our player house and that, so I set one in there, but we have them in a few places. We have them in by the iron farm and by our wool farm, so, like, those chunks are always loaded there, and, like, we're outside of where our initial spawn point was. It's just over that hill on the other side, but we'll be just outside for purpose of the way that Minecraft loads chunks. But I think we would have to put in another chunk loader over here to keep things going. But it's like, I'll show. Nope, and we're hot. 'Tis the season where that part of the colony becomes unbearable. Let's see. Oop. So right over here. So like I mean to take a screenshot. I should take a screenshot of this because look how, I think it looks really cool. Like look how far we've come, and that like our skyline's really like starting to fill up in that there too. But like I could see them because like in the winter, I could see from like when I'm climbing up over here, like I could see, for example, the like fisherwoman that she's like out on the ice when we're in winter and that, and she's moving around in that, but like it feels like, I could be building something like over there and it doesn't feel like it's making any progress there. So I don't know if the chunk loaders would help that, or like what the what would do that, because it would be ideal if it could keep running from here, and again, like we could see it, and I have the simulation distance set to the same as my render distance, so it's not an issue of like, yes, we could see it, but nothing's happening because the simulation distance isn't set that far either. But yeah, I think this looks really cool. Here, like I said, we've come a far way. Here, let's head back over. %3% for Maddox. Yeah. Okay. If anything, we might just have to make a throwaway shovel. Let's see, we got a little bit more. Oh, let me put in the request for some more asphalt. Asphalt, we'll put in a request for another, I think 300 will be good. And actually, let me I'm gonna throw these in there. Let's go check on our wool farm. Let's bring some wool back. Then while we're waiting. Okay. There. By building at spawn, if that you could move your spawn and get the benefit of spawn chunks always being loaded. No, so we're slightly. I'll fly over. I'll show where our spawn area is. So, not that far, like, from where we are now. We spawned... So, yeah, because you can see the snow here. We spawned, like, right over, like, in this area over here. Somewhere right over here. We spawned, because I remember at first, when we first loaded in, because if you watched, like, the first episode, I thought we were going to build our colony down here. This is where I thought it was going to be, and that, because I'm like, excellent, there's some flat land down here, and there's, like, a water source nearby. But then my thinking was, I'm like, the space is kind of narrow at the time. I'm just like, I don't know about, like, with terraforming, like, I didn't know that Maddox and that could do it there. But yeah, so I originally contemplated using this area over here, because again, it is like a lot of flat, like, land over here. But then that's when, I went up the hill, like, over the hill, and there was some flat land, like, right by the ocean right there. And I'm just like, well, like, that would work out, I think, very well, too. And I think I must have took something out of here, because that random one here. But yeah, this is the original area here. So not too far, because again, like, our colony is just over the hill. There. It's crazy to think about, because I haven't really come out, like, over here in a long time. And actually, I wonder if we could still see, because I think I dug somewhere. Was it over here? But I think I dug something out of the side. Actually, I think it was right here. Yeah, this is where I remember this is where we first got coal and everything from. Like here. It was digging out on the side. I think next time around, too, I would be a little bit more sentimental, and, like, I would save our first wooden tools. And that, because obviously we all have to start with the wooden tools, but I would probably save those the next time, like, they're long gone now. I hear, but yeah, because I remember as we came, and actually, well, I think we came up here, and then I remember, because, like, I saw this area, because the original boundary, or the original, I should say, where the hill was, because just to put it, like, how far back we moved this hill. Let's see if I can get down here. So at the back of the university is where the hill used to be, or, like, where the hill used to go to. So it was actually, like, right about, the hill used to be about, like, right about here, give or take, like, somewhere right about here. So that's how far we've taken it back over time, all the way back there. We got some more ways to go there, but yeah, I think it's like I said, like, it's something, like, how far back we've taken it now, because this was kind of like, this was all kind of, I didn't do a lot of terraforming over here. We did some, because this was mostly flat, but then, like, I had to raise some of the terrain and that, but nothing too much. I actually should have kept that dirt. I could have filled in some of the stuff there, but yeah, so not too bad. Here, this was relatively flat, but that other area would have been a good building area too. It's just I was kind of concerned about space and that. And the thing I like about this one is that we're protected by water. Like, at least even when we didn't have the wall. It's going backwards. Or sideways. People are crazy in the colony today. There. In your world, you use a set world spawn to move your spawn to the middle of your colony. I'll have to take a look at doing that and seeing, because that might be... It would save some resources not having to build one of those chunk loaders, so I would definitely be interested in that, too. Can't wait to get building. Yeah, it's always very exciting, especially now, because I feel like, we put so much time and effort into this world, and, like, everything is coming together. Like, I think... you look at it from a distance and, like, it just looks fantastic. I think, anyways, it looks fantastic. We've come, like, such a far way. Alright, he's stuck. So hopefully we fix that, because they kind of get glitched on the tracks. Sometimes in doorways, too, they get a little glitched. still waiting on the... Alright, let's find out what's going on. They might be low on diorite, too. Yeah, find you in a cave. That would be cool to do that, too, with the, you know, I cite back to him a lot, but Pixel Riffs, like in his season 2 of the survival guide, he like built his base in again one of the caves there, and just like, you know, it's very cool. Oh, that's why 5 diorite. Trying to think, we may have some. Man, what happened to all the diorite? Well, that's why we need to get that mine up and running. Let me see, because we might be able to grab some. I think I might have some still. And the... I think in here... Diorite. Alright, we'll donate all of that over. I'll even take that out, too. Okay. Good. Hand these over to the stonemason. It's actually one of the first times we've been so low on diorite. Oop. There she comes. There we go. Okay, well that's good to know. Then that we're running low there. Alright, but Maddox is good, and then she should be good after she gets that. But we likely won't finish the warehouse one. What I may end up doing though is I may finish up the warehouse off stream, just so that like on Sunday or Monday we can move on to some of our other projects in that. But we can take a drive. Let's take a drive by down that way. Oh, Maddox finished the mine. Excellent. Let's check Emmy's progress. Stop down at the mine after. Okay. About the same as before. There. Okay. Oh, she's getting there. So let's get Maddox going on the other one. And then I think we'll pop down and by the sheep farm and see if we can grab some wool. Actually, you know what, first we're gonna maybe let's see if we can move some seeds over to the other composters. Start taking them out of the town hall. Alright, there we go. Starting to look a lot more like the... Alright. Awesome. Level 5. Good. And then that way we'll be able to move our miner over here. Like I said, the other one, we're just going to turn that... We're going to have that as like the for the quarry. We'll hire our quarry person there. Just so the space isn't going to waste. This looks a lot better with this being a little bit wider over here. Nope, too far. Back it up. Grab some of these out. This way we can give them to the composters. So let me throw that. And I should probably put these back down. Okay. So dump some of these down at the composters, and I might actually drop some off at the warehouse then too. Just because they'll go through them. I feel like they're not that efficient with like seeds because I think they use like 32 for every compost. Or for every batch of compost, so we got not the most efficient thing, but we get a ton of seeds, so. I'll just fill up my inventory and we'll try to run down quickly. Also very quickly before the sun sets, and we'll see if we get a raid. If we don't get one here, we probably won't have one tonight. Let me go around. Let's see, let me just throw some of these down. Right here. Put them in here needed. Uptime. I got to work on. I got to get that one fixed because Streamlabs been kind of weird with it. Streamlabs will work on works on YouTube, but for some reason it's not working on Twitch because again we are streaming to a couple different platforms right now. But we've been up for an hour and 42 minutes. We'll probably go today till about 9 o'clock Eastern time, around there. So yeah, let's pop down. I'm going to try to drop these off before nighttime. See my phone lighting up. So we're going to get up where I am. We're unfortunately about to get slammed with what they're claiming to be a major storm coming up. Now they've upped it to about 3 to 5 feet potentially that we could get, and right now they're saying my town is one of them, so I guess we'll find out there, because I saw that the county earlier said that they were getting ready to shut down like everything on Friday, and that they're getting ready to shut down the highway that is like, you know, it runs through my area here, because there's like a concern, at least for like trucks and that they're closing it down. Which I know some people disagree with, but I like a long time ago, about 15 years or so ago, there was actually a situation where we had like a really nasty storm come through. I remember that this storm for two reasons. The first one, we had it. This has never happened. It happened once my entire life that they let us out early because it was getting so bad that they're like, you know, they were concerned that we would get stuck in the school if we stayed, and the roads were really bad, like really, you know, it was just like full. The plows were like, you know, they were trying to do what they could, but like it's one of those things when it starts to pile up, they like, you know, they're not able to keep up with it, and that's gonna be a scenario here probably this weekend here. But they we had to like actually on the school bus on the way home. I was in middle school at the time, we actually had to get out and like, because the bus got stuck on a residential street, so we had to like get out and like help the bus driver dig the bus, like the tires out, so we could keep going. Like that's the first time that was like a one and only time that ever happened. But it was definitely like a, you know, surreal experience. And the other reason I remember it is because my mom at the time worked, she relied on the highway now that they're closing down to get back and forth to work, and she was coming home because she also got out like early, and a tractor trailer jackknifed on the throughway, and like it got blocked, and then with the snow coming down, like the, you know, like it started getting it, they couldn't get the tractor trailer out of there, and it turned out that my mom had to spend the night in the car on the highway because like they couldn't get it out till the morning because like they were trying to dig the truck out and the plows were coming the other way. So they made a lot of major, like since that point they made a lot of major changes like up here. Because of that, they have like, you know, they shut down the highway a little bit more freely than they used to. They have like gates on the side of the highway so you can't get on if it is like a really bad storm, that they shut it down and that. And then the other thing that they implemented now was, and they started it because there's already a thing out that I think it's tomorrow afternoon or something, that there's no commercial vehicles are allowed like on a stretch of highway from, well, Rochester through down to the Pennsylvania border. So it's very it can be a controversial rule, I know, but like it's one of those things that, like, you know, just speaking from a personal experience with it, like I understand why they do it, and I think it's the right thing to do there, because I mean, like, my mom was fine because, you know, she had like little like snack bars and that, and like, you know, like they were able, like the next morning that they had like the New York Highway Department and like the state troopers and that were coming around, and they were helping dig out cars and like getting people going and that, and yeah, it was one of those things that like I said, I get why they do it though, because it's a scary thing. And they wouldn't want to get stuck on the highway overnight. But yeah, so they're already shooting up the warnings because it's supposed to come tomorrow, apparently tomorrow evening. Right now it's like to the south of me right now that the storm's already started, but it's not going to come up this way till the morning. Or till the afternoon, I'm sorry. Afternoon, evening. So we'll see. I'm seeing anywhere from, they're saying anywhere from 2 to 6 feet. 6 feet would seem to be the severe outlier there. So hopefully it's not that. I've had that before. You know, Buffalo's known for snow, obviously, and like honestly we don't get a ton. I guess relative to like other areas, but like I think we're known a lot for it because, again, we've had a few like really bad storms come through here. I don't know if anyone would remember like this, like obviously people from Western New York do, but way back in 2014, because they're comparing this storm to that storm, but like this one's not going to be as bad that they can tell anyways. We had over 7 feet of snow, because I think I talked about this on Monday. I remember because I was in college and I came home because I figured my parents might need help digging out, because originally they were saying like, oh, it could be like a foot, 2 feet or something. So I'm like, okay, I'll go home. And it was on a Wednesday or Thursday. So I went home from school or from college, and I remember because I woke up the next morning and there was like 3 feet outside, and it was still coming down like a lot, and so it had snowed, which is like very unusual, like 3 feet overnight, because there was like nothing when I was coming home. And we ended up with over 7 feet of snow, to the point that like it was so surreal, because I know other areas you know, with natural disasters, that they might be a little bit more used to it, but we had like coming up and down our street, like the National Guard Humvees, and that coming to, like, you know, check on everyone to make sure everyone's okay and that everyone has, like, food and water and, you know, all that, because we didn't get plowed out, I think, for like 3 days. I think we were stuck here because I remember because my college ended up closing down anyways, because they didn't get hit by the storm, but I think a bunch of they have, I think, because of like my school was more, it was like a residential school, but like they had a bunch of people that commute from like the area where I live and that back and forth, so like they were shutting down the highways because some of the highways were like completely snowed over in that, so they had no option but to like actually shut down the college for a couple days because there was like a lot of professors couldn't get in to school and that. But that was crazy. That was definitely one of the more crazy, well, that was the craziest storm I've lived through. There. Yeah, bad weather in our area. Yeah, they're saying, they're claiming that starting tomorrow afternoon, it's technically started now, but it's in an area to the south of where I am. Who is not sleeping? I've had this happen a few times where it's like, do we have any homeless people? Make sure everyone got an assignment to a bed. They're alleging anywhere from 2 to 6 feet, which I'm skeptical in some parts. Like, I don't think it's going to be as hot, like up to 6 feet. I'm hoping that they're going to be a little bit, I'm hoping they're going to be wrong. But the way that they're showing, like, I guess most of the models show it coming right through my area. Oh wait, we do have a homeless person, that's why. Interesting, I wonder why... oh, it must be one of the guard towers that we took down. That must be that's right, that person. Yeah, I don't know if we have any 4 or 4. Well, if that's the case, we're gonna have to maybe build out another house. Or okay. There's one other area we can check. Let's check this other house over here. Otherwise, we're gonna have to we'll have to build another house on coming up, because that's that's not great. I thought we had enough beds for everyone, but I think it was one of the former guards. 3 of 3. I think I have burst turned off, so I think it will be if we move that house and upgrade it. Move it over here so that we'll get the extra space there. Oh, actually, okay, perfect. We have... go. Let's recall all citizens. There we go. I don't know if we're going to get the all clear message, but... anything spawning here? No. Okay. Alright, let's head back. We'll just jump into bed ourselves. So, okay, that fixes that issue. So there was someone. It's hard to tell sometimes. I always forget to check because we, you know, obviously we've been moving stuff around, so it's like situations where if we move down a guard tower, I forget that we have to assign that person over, and that's what that was, because that was probably from the mine area. I was wondering why everyone wasn't getting to sleep. Okay, so we'll just jump in, but it should be, the next night should be easier. Okay. Very good. Maddox should hopefully finish this up. And it looks like she's in good shape. So let's go over, I'm gonna go check, let's go check on our wool farm. And then see if anything needs to be moved over. Yeah, we cleared out our iron farm. You also check the sugar cane too. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a no raid stream today, unfortunately. There, but I do have to record a little bit more. I already have the build for this week built already, but I always after we finish like what we're doing for the week, I record my like the intro, because again, like, and that's another thing too. I'm gonna put up probably another poll or two. I was doing a lot of polls, so I didn't do any today here, but one of the other polls I was gonna ask was because I've been trying to shorten my videos a little bit, but I wanted to ask if there was something that people didn't like within my videos that makes it, you know, like people click away, or if it's too long or that, because I know sometimes the updates get a little long depending what we do. I try to keep them as short as I can, but sometimes they get a little long there, so. But I didn't know if there was something that people didn't like, that, you know, if you didn't like the time lapse, for example, or if, you know, I'm spending too much time explaining something or too much time updating. The reason so the format, you know, as you all know, is that I'll do an update on the county. Now, the main reason I do the update is because I've gotten comments before, people who, you know, they indicate they can't make it to the live streams, but they, you know, they like the updates, you know, so that they can kind of keep up with what's going on in the colony here. So that's part of the reason that I do the update the way that I do, so that way people who only watch the episodes, that way they're getting like you know, what we've been up to the last week. And that's to do, like, obviously all our upgrading off camera here into the, yeah, so we do have the create mod installed already. It's just that we haven't really used it yet too. So I'm gonna grab a little bit out. Mostly just to stock up, because I think I set some minimum stock for each of the builders, just so, because again, like, obviously they use wool as composting, but so that they have some supply of wool. Do that. All right. Is this one out of shears, I'm guessing? Okay, maybe we'll hold off on refilling some of them for now. Let's see. Yeah, we could definitely take a look. You know, like I said, we'll take a look at the create mod a little bit more. Like I said, the first thing I want to do with it is I do want to build a auto cobblestone generator. That's the first thing I want to do with it. Just cause, like, you know, I'll check, but I know we've been, like, obviously we've been low on cobblestone recently. Oh, I'll take a little bit more pink. Let's take 2 there. All right, some of these I think the shears ran out. So maybe I'll leave the farm. Maybe we'll leave it off for now, or like we'll let the ones that are producing keep producing, and that, just so we can, because again, the main reason for having this running as much as we do is so that, you know, we get wool so we can have enough to compost. But I think, you know, right now we should probably try to burn through some of those seeds in that, so we at least have a decent supply wool right now. Alright, and I grabbed 2 more here. Now I'll grab a bunch from that pink one, because that one was pretty full. Okay, so we'll take that. Excellent. Okay. So we'll drop these off, just to keep tabs on the wool farm. Yeah, we have so many seeds, I'll probably try to make a priority of having the composters over here. At least, like, we'll feed them. I wish you could set a minimum stock at the composters here. That would help a lot, just because, it'd be nice, because I notice sometimes that they're waiting on supply. And I feel like that would be nice if we could set like a minimum stock, because then we could set it, and they would always have enough stuff there. Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna break all that sugar cane down, or a lot of it, into paper. Let's get all the wool emptied out. Stuck on the car. There we go. Okay, that's all the wool. So that way there's a decent supply there. Which guess we have? Oh, perfect. Okay. So good. Alright, let's take one more drive by the warehouse, and I also want to stop off at that other composter just to take a look and see. Because I know she had a little bit of a backlog of compost in her thing. Make sure she's got stuff. Alright, so that's coming along. Yes. Okay, good, she's got stuff. And then just some compost, okay. Very good, just wanted to make sure she had stuff. Okay, so looking good. So, I think, because like I said, we'll be wrapping up here in a few minutes, but I'll make sure this is done. And that I wanted to do the taking down on stream, because I did the other one off stream, but, again, just to show, like, kind of, if you're gonna move it, like the headaches that come along with, like, moving it or redoing it. So, like I said, I'm happy that we're doing the rebuild, of all these buildings. Like, would I want to do this again? No. I think, like, the next time I would probably do, like, Fortress or Caledonia style right from the start, and that's what we would go with. We'd figure it out, like, otherwise, but, it's, I know some buildings, like, you want to start off with, like, some materials that you can get your hands on easily, but, because, like I said, I'm glad we're doing this, but it's a lot, doing this, and especially with, like, the warehouses and that, and trying to reposition everything, and we're constantly moving people around, too, but, yeah, I wanted to kind of show this off on stream, there, so now's the easy part, because we're not really going to move anything back over here. We'll just start the warehouse from scratch, empty, and, maybe put a few things in there, but, that'll be good. there. I may not have enough emerald, to be honest. I'll have to check the other warehouse to see, because I bought a couple mending books, which I probably should have saved the emerald. I needed a few more mending books though, but to maximize our storage there. I think we have 1 emerald block. I have to check. Let's check and see very quickly. Just to see, because if not, we'll have to maybe wait for a pirate raid or so just to get some more emerald blocks. Yeah, so we have 2. So no emeralds in here, though. But that's okay. So we can at least get it up to level 2. Or I get the upgrade, like the second block in there. We'll see what more. So keep our fingers crossed for a pirate raid. Or then we could further upgrade space. Oh. Okay. Gonna break down the sugarcane very quickly here, but I think we had a productive stream overall. I'm really happy. We got the runway built. We did a couple test runs back and forth. And that, we almost lost the plane into the ocean again. But, you know, all worked out. There, I think we made some progress on the mine. The mine should be fully functional by our next stream. In here, and I'll just give them a little bit of sugar cane too. Let's see, can we take everything? Nope, just short. We have enough paper ourselves, but I just give it to them just to help them out. The one, because again, they're pretty self-sufficient, but the one thing that they kind of struggle with still is like having enough paper. They go through it so quickly, so it makes a little bit of a headache. So it's good to have an auto farm for at least that. Okay, we could break the rest of this down. Here. But thanks everyone for coming and hanging out tonight for the great conversation, especially like about the games, you know, some of the older games and that, like that. It's always great to go down nostalgia lane. There we go. They should have more than enough paper. Good. Okay. So do one more check. So he's getting there. He's almost there. And she's getting there too. So she's about halfway done. And that, but still a little ways to go there as well. But yeah, I think we made a lot of progress today, and a lot of progress this week too. I'll be, you know, giving an update at our new episode. I'll probably also be dropping another poll maybe tomorrow. And that, I know I've been dropping a lot recently, so I tried to take a day break from it here, but just, you know, a lot of things just about the future of the channel and that, just seeing where people are in that. But yeah, I think we made a lot of progress this week. We did a lot with the roads. I think we knew it was going to be a lot with the mine and the other warehouse, but again, those are shaping up nicely, and we'll have both of those done by next week. So as I mentioned earlier, next week is going to be a little bit of a because again, it's Thanksgiving in the United States, and I don't think I'm going to be able to stream Sunday evening because I'm not sure. Well, I guess it depends on the weather. So I have an event I have to go to Sunday afternoon, evening ish. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream on Sunday, and I know I can't stream on Wednesday. So I think we may just be streaming on Monday, and there'll still be an episode that comes out. I'll probably try to time it for Black Friday or that weekend there. I know it's like a busy time for everyone, so but yeah, so we'll be back probably on Monday, I think. I'll try to fit one in on Sunday if I can. I'll you know, make it known on Sunday afternoon or so if there will be one, or I'll be putting out a new schedule on probably on Sunday still. I'll be putting out a new schedule, so you'll be able to see what goes on. And I think we'll probably we'll aim to do like probably some small projects. I think maybe like rebuilding couriers' huts or the like. I'll pick out just like 2 builds, and that's what we'll do. Maybe do some, actually, yeah, maybe we'll do some upgrading of some of our new builds that we haven't had a chance to upgrade yet, but they're already in the Caledonia style. It's just that, you know, we kind of pushed it aside. I think maybe we'll do that on Monday, then instead of rebuilding. And then I think the week after, that's when we'll start. I think we might start with the university, the guard tower, and the town hall. I think we might try to rebuild those into the new style there. So that's going to be a lot, but that'll probably be the following week. So we'll set out to do those that week there. So, but I appreciate everyone so much for coming in and hanging out tonight. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did enjoy it, please consider dropping a like if you're watching over on YouTube. There really does help the channel out tremendously. I always appreciate the support so much, but the way that the YouTube algorithm is, you know, for more people, for the YouTube to promote our channel, you know, it has to have likes and that. So I hate asking for it, but really appreciate if you wouldn't mind dropping a like onto it if you did enjoy it, or a dislike too, if you didn't enjoy it there. And if you're not subscribed or following to the channel, please consider subscribing and following. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and again, it's another excellent way to support our channel and our community here. And we do have a Discord that's open to everyone. I always post a schedule on there, and we have, you know, a mod list and an area to show off your own colonies and your own builds, and a area to ask questions and that. So it's open to everyone. If you have a Discord and you're interested, you know, feel free to hop on over there. But otherwise, like I said, we'll have an episode coming out on either Friday or Saturday this week, and then we'll likely be back the next time live on Monday as well. But until then, my name is Dirt Builder. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and be willing to donate to play on a server with you. Appreciate that. Yeah, the server is something, like I said, like I'm weighing different things and like how I would how we would do it, and that part of it is, like I said, like when I asked the question on the poll about a fee, again, it's not it's not so much like, you know, for like me to make money off of. That's not what it is. The reason that there would have to be a fee associated with it is for, you know, upkeep of the server itself, because you know, I know with a basic Minecraft server we probably wouldn't need that much RAM like for it, but I can imagine if we get a significant amount of people onto a server, you know, we may need more RAM, you know, because of everyone's colonies, because again, like everyone's going to be building, you know, it's not just like one little area, like everyone's going to be like having colonies probably bigger than this over time, so we're probably going to need more space, and again, that adds up in that. So that would be the main reason there would be a fee, but it's something I'm considering. I'm thinking about like timing for it, how we would do it. If it's something that if we get monetized at some point, which again, we need 1,000 subscribers on YouTube to become monetized on here. Those are the rules. We've actually met 3 of the 4 goals to become monetized. The last goal left is to hit 1,000 subscribers, which were about, I think, 547 that I saw before the stream here. So, you know, I thought about maybe, you know, having, if we get monetized for the membership, because again, you can have memberships then on YouTube. I thought about maybe including a server on there as like a potential, like a, you know, a bonus or like that for signing up as like to be a member of the channel. And then I also thought about starting a Patreon for it. But again, like I'm still in the early stages of planning it there too. But yeah, good night, Ben. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. And hey, Ben, welcome in too. We're wrapping up right now, but yeah, I'll probably be asking a few more poll questions, so make sure to, if you see it pop up, if you have a few minutes, few seconds, in fact, please vote in it. It really does help me out a lot here to see see what people think, and that, so I always appreciate it very much. Oh, it's always quite a fun time with, well, thank you, I appreciate that there, buddy, thank you so much there. But yeah, we'll be back, and good night, John, to you too. I hope you have a great rest of your evening as well, and a great weekend too, and then see you later, buddy, there too. But yeah, until then, have a good one too, Ben. Until then, my name is Nerd Builder. Thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you soon on Monday, probably. Take care. Bye for now.